From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
You smell smoke, Johnny?
What'd you say? Who is that?
This is Henry Willoughby at Four State Mutual Insurance Company.
Oh, hi, Hank.
And I asked if you smell smoke.
Should I? What kind?
The kind $5,000 makes when it goes up in flames.
Where?
Over in Cranford, the Peerless Junkyard.
Junkyard?
That's right.
But if there's only a $5,000 loss, how can you afford me?
Because what I smell is arson.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Four State Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Peerless Fire matter. Expense account item one, $1 even, cab to Hank Willoughby's office in the Security National Building, where he lost no time in getting to the point.
Policy was taken out by one Oscar H. Lehman about 4 years ago. He's the owner of the junkyard. Address of the yard is corner of Howard and Kingsway Boulevard.
And why do you suspect arson, Hank?
That fire didn't start until about 4 o'clock this morning. When I got here to the office a few minutes after 9, the claim was already on my desk.
Almost as though he'd had it filled out and waiting, even before the fire occurred, huh?
Precisely.
How much do you know about this man, Lehman?
Well, nothing really outside of the data on the policy. His home address is 232 East 4th Street.
Also in Cranford.
Yeah.
Okay, Hank. I'll see what I can see. Item 2, 40 cents phone call to make sure the suspect, or at this point, I guess I'd better call him the client, to make sure he'd be around for questioning.
Here speaks Oscar Lehman.
Mr. Lehman, this is Johnny Dollar representing your insurance company.
So why do you waste time at the telephone? Well, then maybe you're coming here with my check for $5,000 right away, huh?
Well, you see, there are a couple of things that...
So, all right, I'll be waiting for you when you come with the money. Goodbye.
Huh? Item 3, $1.20 for a train ticket to Cranford. Item 4, $2 for an old rattletrap taxi when I got there. Cranford is a new town, or rather a new one built on what was left of the old. When the big clock company folded up at the end of World War II, Cranford kind of fell to pieces. But situated as it was, just a few miles above the busy city of New Haven, a bunch of smart New York operators had stepped in and were busy making a nice modern residential community out of it. New stores, new homes, and all the fixings.
You see there in the block up there ahead?
Huh?
You had a big fire there this AM, big junkyard.
Yeah, I see.
Man, it was really hot. Thought it was going to take the 3 houses there on Howard Street along with it. You know, flying embers and the heat and all. But the wind swung around. They didn't even get touched.
Yeah, well, pull up, will you? I want to look it over.
Okay, Mister, you're the boss. Hey, you want me to keep the meter running?
No, I'll leave you here.
Okay. That's 85 cents. But it would have been $1.50 to where you first wanted to go.
Okay. Here you are.
Hey, thanks. Boy, how I hate to see that junkyard gone.
Oh? Why?
Oh, well, that's where I've been buying my parts to keep this old crate tied together.
You know something? It looks it.
Now that Peerless is gone, I'll probably either have to get a new cab or either try and fix this one up right, you know, and that costs dough.
Yeah, well, happy fixing.
Yeah, like I say, though, out of something bad always comes something good.
Sure.
And I not only mean my taxi, mister, but them houses there, too.
Well, what about
Oh,
that?
they're on Howard Street. They've been beefing their heads off ever since the yard got its license. So now, no more junkyard. Now the whole place could be residential like it ought to. So like I always say, out of something bad, always
something good, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I got to get going.
Hey, you know something? Maybe that fire gives me a good idea. Like, maybe I should burn up this old wreck of mine, and the insurance company would have to give me a new one. Hey, how about that?
Maybe you'd better be careful who you say that to.
Oh, sure.
Especially not to an insurance investigator
Yeah,
like
well,
me.
don't you worry, bud. I'm too smart. You? You?
That's right. Oh, happy day. In spite of the valiant efforts of Fire Chief Dale Marley and his crew, the Peerless Junkyard was just that, junk. And he agreed with the cab driver. The other property owners were probably glad to see the eyesore go up in flames.
Well, you wouldn't like it either, Dollar, having a place like that in your front yard. And just take a look at those folks standing around. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, I must admit they don't look very unhappy about it. So the fire started in the shed that stood right here, huh?
That's right, yeah. The big shed that Peerless used to store a lot of old furniture and stuff like that.
Hey, Peters, hit that corner over there with some more foam.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, a fellow runs that grocery store on the caddy corner, and he sleeps upstairs over it. Said it woke him up. Went off with a boom, like a small explosion.
Have you considered the possibility of arson, Chief?
Yeah, I have. That's why I called New Haven and asked them to send up a couple of men from their special squad.
But you found no trace.
Nothing I could put my finger on. You got any ideas?
Yeah? Yeah, I think maybe I have. I learned a long time ago that a lumber yard or a furniture factory were about the worst places in the world to look for signs of arson. The wood goes up so hot and so fast. And the remains of this shed wouldn't be much better. So I walked over to the little grocery store and spent item 5, 21 cents, for a loaf of white bread. Then I rejoined Chief Marley at the ruins of the shed.
Arson experts can come up from it.
Hey, what's the matter, Dollar? You get to eat breakfast?
Oh, something like that. Hey, you want a chunk?
Not without strawberry jam and a cup of coffee.
Hey, Herb, take it easy over there. Hey. Stomping around like that, you wipe out all the clues.
Now, like I told you, Dollar, the fire started somewhere right around here.
Uh-huh.
And the quick shift in the wind moved it over that way.
Uh-huh. Chief.
Yeah.
Here, chew a piece of this fresh bread.
What?
That's right, chew it. Get the taste of it in your mouth.
What for?
Just do it, will you please? Here.
Well, you got an idea, son?
You bet I have. Here.
You mean chewing on a hunk of bread is going to what?
Now swallow it.
What is this, a gag or something?
No, not by a long shot. Now watch.
Well, don't throw it away. Now you got my appetite up. I'll have some more.
Here now. Chew on this piece.
What? After you dropped it in the ashes?
That's right. Chew on it.
Oh, now
Go
wait.
ahead, do it. I'm serious.
Holy kerosene.
That's right.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Yeah? Fresh bread will pick up even the slightest trace.
Even after the fire?
Even after a fire. That means kerosene was brought in and poured over the floor of this furniture shed to set it off.
And, Dollar, I'm going to get in the police and have them lock up old Oscar Lehman so
No,
fast.
wait.
What for?
Until I can talk to Lehman.
Well, now, look.
You look. This isn't any absolute proof of arson.
Well, it's good enough for me. It's good enough for a suspicion charge. I'll tell the police what I found out.
Who found out?
Well,
What I found out. Now, don't forget that. But if it puts us on the trail of an arsonist, if you like, you can take the credit for it. Only if you'll cooperate.
Yeah, but Dollar.
Otherwise, you'll lose any cooperation from me. Okay?
Okay.
Item 680 cents cab to the address on East 4th Street where Oscar Lehman lived. Like the Howard Street address, this was a has-been section. Lehman's home reminded me of some of those on the other side of the town, next to the junkyard. When the old character let me in, I wasted no time in getting to the point.
You ask why I should be staying here in my home instead of at the yard? And I'm asking you why not? What good can I do over there? My lovely junkyard is gone. There's nothing I can do. So I'm waiting here to collect the money your company owes me. So are you going to pay me or not?
Well, now, that depends. As I started to say,
I
Mr.
tell
Lehman,
you, I didn't even know about the fire till I went down there to open up the gate and start the day.
What time did you go down there, Mr. Lehman?
11 o'clock, like always.
Well, you sure didn't waste any time getting your claim into the office in Hartford, did you?
Of course not. So soon as I see what's happened, I sign up the claim and take it to Hartford. And the office is closed, so I leave it under the door.
Yeah, well...
What else could I do? Sit around and wait to think about it while the money's coming to me? It's my money, so I should have it. You know how much merchandise I have in that yard? $25,000. Retail?
Yeah. Then why'd you burn it up?
You think I'm crazy I should do such a thing? Don't you understand now I'm out of business, for God?
Oh, what do you mean?
My license for the yard on condition, you know?
A conditional license?
Yeah, that's right. If I'm not in business, every day I lose the license. I lose the lease on the land. Then they make houses, little stores. It's a big development company. So you're crazy to come and talk to me, tell me I should set fire.
Maybe I've suddenly changed my mind, Mr. Lehman. Maybe I've already met the arsonist.
Huh?
And I was just too blind to see him.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars. And behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Missouri's state flag is a horizontal tricolor of red, white, and blue. In the center is a circular device bearing the state coat of arms. An eagle, symbolizing the superior authority of the nation. A grizzly bear representing Missouri, chosen for his size, strength, and valor. And a crescent moon, symbolic of the shield carried by the second sun. Missouri being the second state carved out of the Louisiana Territory. A belt encircles the coat of arms with a motto inscribed, "United we stand, divided we fall." Atop the flag is a cluster of stars representing the Union, with a larger star for Missouri as she surmounts her difficulties and assumes her rank among the states. The state motto is also inscribed on the flag, Salus Populi Suprema Lex Esto. The welfare of the people shall be the supreme law. Surrounding the device is a group of 24 stars. Missouri's state flag, the flag of the 24th state to enter the Union, was adopted on March 22nd, 1913.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Peerless Fire Matter.
Something the cab driver had said while taking me to the scene of the junkyard fire had suddenly come back to me. He'd been talking about the nearby property owners, homeowners.
They've been beefing their head off ever since the yard got its license. So now, no more junkyard. Now the whole place can be residential like it oughta. Yeah, like I always say, out of something bad always comes something good.
Item 785 cents, another taxi back to the scene of the fire. The men from the department were still busy cleaning up. Their chief, Dale Miley, had been busy with some detective work. Had some answers that seemed to make good sense.
Now, look here, Dolly. You see this hardware? See this groove in the foundation wall?
Yeah. Big sliding door, huh?
That's right. And here, the lock was still in a hasp.
Yeah, I see.
It's hardly likely somebody'd try to pull a big sliding door closed and lock it after starting a fire with kerosene. It's too dangerous.
Unless he used a wick of some kind.
Yeah, but look here. On the side that faced Howard Street.
Street? I just call this an alley.
Yeah, pretty narrow from the old days. Now, look here.
Well, it's window glass.
Right. Yeah, there was a window here. You see, here's the two parts of the catch from it. The catch was open.
Yeah, but the question is, was it open from the inside or outside?
And I think I've got the answer. Look across the street.
So?
Those homes and the little lawns and gardens in front of them.
So what?
You see the rocks they all use to border their flower beds?
Go on, Chief.
Now, look here. Just inside the shed where the window was, I found this rock under the ashes. And, Dollar, it looks to me like somebody threw that rock through the glass, opened the catch, climbed in, spread the kerosene, climbed out, tossed in a light of some kind, and left in a hurry.
Yeah, but who?
That's just it. You got a better idea than old man Lehman? You talk to him.
Yeah, I think I have.
Like who?
I'll let you know when I find out the name.
Well, now, wait a minute, Dollar.
I hoped that last crack would keep Chief Marley from sending the police after Oscar Lehman. Maybe he was guilty of firing his own junkyard. But with only $5,000 insurance, it didn't make sense. And I had a couple of better ideas. At least about people who might have had reason to do it. 3, as a matter of fact. 4, there were 3 residences on Howard Street facing what remained of the junkyard. Thanks to the sudden shift of wind, they'd received little damage. I walked down the short length of Howard Street to the first old house. The name Howard McNeil was on the little metal mailbox.
Yes, well, what is it?
Mr. McNeil, I'm Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator, looking into this junkyard fire.
This is a fine time to come around selling insurance after the fire's out. You should know better, young fellow.
No, you misunderstood me. I'm
Why,
not
do
selling.
you know what would have happened if that wind hadn't changed? It would have set this whole block on fire. That's what it would have done. Would have burned us all out. We'd have been helpless.
Yes, Mr. McNeil.
Especially that poor widow lady, Miss Cummings, down there in the third house, right across from the shed where the whole thing started.
Mr. McNeil,
Yes?
I'm not here to sell insurance. I'm investigating the fire, understand?
Well, don't.
What's that?
You can stop right now. Just leave things as they be. Don't you know that fire was a blessing?
I'm not quite sure
I said blessing. That fire was the finest thing that's happened around here in years.
Oh, you like its having happened, huh?
You just bet I do. The only way we could ever get rid of that awful pile of junk right in our front yards. Now, maybe they'll give us back our nice little park that used to sit there.
Or build a lot of track houses. But
Yeah,
now-
all right. What did they do? Anything is better than that wretched junkyard. I've hated it. Everybody's hated it. I hated it.
Enough to set it on fire?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Oh, no. Was it me?
Well?
Mr. Dollar. A quiet, peace-loving person like me? Oh, no. Why, I wouldn't even think of such a thing. Especially since that fire might have got out of control and burned me out.
Well, you carry insurance, of course.
I do not. I don't believe in it. No, so don't you try to tell me anything.
I told you I'm an investigator.
Well, why don't you ask that Nazi if he had insurance?
Nazi?
Yes, that Oscar Lehmann that owned that dirty junkyard.
Why do you call him that?
Well, he's a German, isn't he?
Well, that doesn't make him a Nazi.
Well, it does to me. Anybody who'd wangle a license to put up a filthy place like that on our beautiful street, especially if he's a German, well, to me, he's a Nazi of the worst kind. The worst kind. The very worst kind. Thinks he's a ladies' man, too.
All right, now, have you any idea who, besides you, would have liked to see that place burned out?
I certainly have.
Oh.
Why don't you ask the police? They were here at dawn asking us all questions.
You said asking us all.
Of course, I mentioned the widow Cummings that lives in the third house, and then there's Miss Gertrude Mary Anastasia Conroy, the nice spinster lady who lives next door, and it's a very charming lady, Miss Conroy.
Yeah, well, now, would you mind?
Oh, and what spirit she has. Now, that's the way I like them, Mr. Dollar. Ladies with spirit. And do you know something? One of these days, I'm going to ask her for a date in spite of the competition.
You never have?
No, sir. No. I'm not the bold type like some people I know, but I've been working up to it.
And how long have you been a neighbor?
16 years, and you mark my word, one of these days I'm going to march right up on her front porch, and Miss Conroy, I'm going to say...
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Mr. McNeil.
Yes, but I was going to tell you, but... Oh, dear, I must have said something wrong.
And what the devil is it you'd be wanting?
Miss Conroy?
That's right. And don't you see the sign beside the door? No peddlers, no solicitations. So be gone with you. I'm busy clearing the smoke out of your house for that awful fire this morning.
Well, that's what I'm calling about, ma'am, that fire. I'm an insurance investigator.
Investigator, huh?
Oh, now, just a...
If you're an investigator, young man, let me see your badge.
Badge?
That's right. If you're an investigator, you're a detective. And if you're one of them, you're with the police force.
No,
And if you are, you can go right back and tell your chief I've had me filled right up to here with answering full questions about that fire. As if I myself did it, huh?
Oh, did you?
For years now, I've connived and connipted how to get that terrible, dirty, filthy junkyard out of this neighborhood. And now, poor soul, he's lost it. Oh, I could cry my eyes out.
You what?
Oh, such a lovely old man he is when I finally met him, that dear Mr. Lehman.
Oh?
Oh, the horrible things that Hitler done to him before he escaped them Nazis that took over his fine old country. And when he got here, he put all his savings in that lovely second-hand lot.
Lovely.
So he could earn an honest living.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Such a fine man. Such a gentleman. The way he'd click his heels and bow when he come and call in on Sunday afternoon. Oh, he was such a gentleman.
Wait a minute, Miss Conroy. I don't get it. A couple of minutes ago, you sounded as though you hated that junkyard.
Second-hand lot.
Oh.
And so I did. Until I got to know that nice Mr. Lehman. And I'll tell you this. in spite and despite of the fact they won't ever let him set up in the same kind of business again. If it takes every cent I own, I'll see that he gets started in something else.
Well, I'll be
Investigator, huh?
insurance investigator.
And then I suppose I can tell you confidential that I've set me cap for dear Oscar.
You mean you hope to marry him?
Aye, and that I will before I'm through.
But I got the impression that your neighbor, Mr. McNeil...
Oh, that crazy old stick in the mud, that old coot. Ha! But if you're from the insurance company, how can I help you, lad, with your investigation thing?
Well, you can't tell me this. Was your friend, Mr. Lehman, in need of money, particularly?
Well, no. His business has been good. He drives a nice car and keeps a nice home. But like I said, if he needs more than he's got to get started again, I'll be the first to help him. Besides, it will sort of help to bring us closer together if I'm worrying about him a bit. No, won't it?
Yes, I guess it will. I just want to make sure.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah?
It's so blind I was thinking of me darling Oscar. So that's what you were up to with your nasty questions.
What?
Implicating that he might have burned up his place by his own self to get the insurance money. Is that what your evil, filthy mind was thinking of?
I didn't say that.
But that's what you meant, now, ain't it?
No, after all, somebody set that fire. And if he was in need of money...
And just because I told the poor soul to get his claim in real quick this morning...
You told him.
Of course I did. Give him something to do besides standing around in the ruins, crying his poor old eyes out, keeping his sorrows to himself. But I'll soon put a stop to that. I'll cook him up a real nice mess of corned beef and cabbage, German style, that is, and take it over for his supper to comfort and keep him company. And what will you be doing for the poor soul?
Well, that depends.
Oh, it depends, does it? Well, you and that insurance company better pay up what you owe him instead of making snide talk about maybe he himself set that fire in his... Oh, get out. Go on, get out. Why should I be wasting my time talking to the likes of you when I've got cooking to do for me?
Oh, brother. This was turning out to be the most offbeat insurance matter I ever handled. Well, there was only one suspect left. The woman living in the third house opposite the shed where the fire had started. The widow Cummings, McNeil had called her. I went up on the porch, rang the doorbell. And again. After the third time, I was about to decide no one was home when the door slowly opened. And just inside the door, in a wheelchair, sat a little old lady, pale, gray-haired. Her face reflected years of pain. Worry.
I've been waiting for you to come, Mr. Dollar.
So you know who I am.
I overheard you at my window when you talked to Mr. McNeil and Miss Conroy. Listening to the neighborhood is the only thing I have left these days, tied down as I am to this wheelchair.
Yes, I see. I'm sorry.
Come in and sit down, please.
Thanks. There's no one to take care of you here?
Only Rudolph, who does as little as he dares. And you must take him away, Mr. Dollar.
Rudolph?
My stepson, who keeps me here, waits for me to die.
What?
Not even a rest home where I'd have care and friends, but here to die. He'd help me die, too, if he dared, because of the money.
What money, Mrs. Cummings?
That my husband left me. A lot, Mr. Dollar.
And this Rudolph wants to get his hands on it?
That's all he wants. That's why he wants me dead. But he hasn't dared kill me, because everybody knows that we're alone here together. And if I should die from his neglect, they'd know he did it. But he's smart. That's why he thought of the fire.
He what?
He thought that it would burn down this house, too, and trap me here.
Mrs. Cummings, do you know what you're saying?
The divine providence. The changing wind kept the fire away.
He set that fire to burn this house and you?
He's clever. He made it known that he'd be away all night, that he wouldn't be back here until he finished his work at the plant in New Haven. But he came back, Mr. Dollar, this morning before dawn. I heard him here in this house. And from this window, I could see him in the moonlight.
Mrs. Cummings.
No, I must tell you. Quickly, because he'll be coming back from work. His work. To keep up appearances, to keep them from suspecting. His gambling. The terrible people he goes out with at night. Gangsters, that's all. And I must tell you, because if I don't... Listen to me.
I'm listening.
I saw him take a can, the kerosene we keep in the cellar for when the electricity goes out. He took it across the street. He broke the window of the shed and went in. Then he came out. He threw a piece of burning waste back in. Then ran.
Mrs. Cummings, are you sure?
I lied to the police. I couldn't make myself tell them. After all these years of knowing what he's been and saying nothing. Well, I thought I'd wait for him. Maybe when he saw his evil plan had failed, that I was still here. Maybe I could make him give himself up. But in my heart, I knew he wouldn't. Because he's bad. All bad.
Mrs. Cummings, I'm glad you told me.
God forgive me. But I knew that if I didn't, he'd find some other way to... You must take him away, Mr. Dollar. Before he does murder.
Expense account item 8, $10, board and room. I've stayed an extra day in Cranford to clear things up. For while I waited for Rudolph to return, I found the kerosene can he'd used down in the cellar. Chief Marley found the top from it in the ashes. The police have since found only his prints on it. Rudolph is in the city jail. And I'm sure Mrs. Cummings will testify against him. After all, her life is at stake. Hospital layman, his claim will be paid in full. Well, I hope he and Miss Conroy live happily ever after. Expense account total, including incidentals on the way back to Hartford, $14.46. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, exploration in the high Sierra country of California. And at the end of the trail lies death. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Peggy Weber, John Stevenson, Herb Vigran, Hans Conried, Forrest Lewis, and Parley Bear. Musical supervision is by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny.
Check, testing 1, 2. Fuck it. And good morning, everyone. How are we today? I'm here. That's as much as I'm going to admit to. I'm awake. I'm alive. Another day. Another pain. Well, it's 5 a.m. It is the 23rd of July. And I'm whooped. I spent a couple of hours last night doing a little bit of research and trying to gather some elements for this week's video time machine, since I'm already up to 6 in the RIP section. The video time machine obituary is pardon me, is really out of control. We've lost no less than 6. Two most notable, Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy Osbourne. You know, I suspected when artists are thinking about doing a last tour, you gotta think, are they able to? Are they gonna kill themselves going on tour? Look, Jeff Lynne already said, my health is pretty bad and I'm old and maybe I shouldn't finish the tour. I don't know if he's gonna finish the tour, right? Wasn't Ozzy Osbourne right in the middle of some shows? Yeah, it's crazy. It just makes you feel that mortality even more, right? Yeah. There you go. So at some point today we're going to listen to Sergeant Preston of the Yukon. Challenge of the Yukon, with it's the adventures of Sergeant Preston and his dog Yukon King, his husky Malamute, leader of his dog sled team. Come on, Yukon, let's go. It's a pretty cool show. I dig it. It's a staple. It's been a staple in my catalog of listening stuff. So, what do we got here? We got Sergeant Preston of the Yukon. The stories here are Big Mind Strike and Joe Finley Strikes Gold, right? And what I did was I took the, the episode. Here we go. With, is it a two-parter here? Oh, I got this one. It's The Wolf Cub. I was going to bring the story of Yukon King, but I couldn't find its place in the file of stories. So I went with one that I knew I had the date of, and I knew where it was in the series. So I picked that one. The Wolf Cub. There are quite a few stories that have to do with dogs and wolves. Mainly because dogs are really important in the north, sled teams and hunting and whatnot. So there you go. I'm cold. I'm cold this morning. I'm going to turn off my air conditioner and turn on my fan. And let's see if we can't warm up a little bit. Let's have some coffee. Warm you since the day we met. Stay with you for the rest of life. Rest of life. I don't know. Somebody needs to deal with grammar before they start putting stuff on things. Spell it out, people. Sound it out. There should be another word in there. Stay with you for the rest of your life would be good. That would sound better. It probably came from another country where they just don't do grammar and syntaxes in English as well, because they're in another country. And they're just like, well, let's just get the gist of it on there, right? They'll figure it out. You leave just a couple of adjectives and verbs, whatever, and they'll figure it out, you know. You just get a noun and at least one adjective, you know. Like for sure. Totally, man. Totally. I've got 2 TV guides to get through today. Today we're going to look at 1980, and we're going to futz around there in 1980. See what's happening over the weekend. It looks like it is Super Memories of the Super Bowl. And it's a look back at January 12, 1975. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my word. Unicorn Tales. Oh. Julia Child and Company Saturday morning. Wow. Alias Smith and Jones Saturday morning. That's one of those shows that came about in like 1970, 75 or something. It was during one of those writer strikes. So they created this show. A couple of producers got together, created this show, Alias Smith and Jones, put a couple of nobody actors in it, hired some nobody writers. The show was kind of weird. It actually went through one of the stars of the show. I believe he died and they had to replace him real quick. The show didn't last long anyway. A Man Called Sledge. That's a great frickin' movie. Just watched that one the other day. At noon, a lot of movies. 1 Million Years BC. The Mummy. You know what? It seems like did we do this yesterday? No, we didn't. I don't recognize Monday's stuff. So let's go to Saturday. Wide World of Sports. There you go at 5. Saturday, July 26th, 1980. Prime time. Ooh, 6:30. Chico and the Man. Freddie Prinze. So 1980. By this time, he's been gone for a couple of years. So they're running him in reruns, actually, which is cool. Also at 6:30, Grizzly Adams on for an hour. At 7, The Muppet Show. Guest star Mark Hamill. I just stuck him in the video time machine doing a PSA about prenatal care. Go figure. Yeah, totally. Totally, at 7. Also at 7, another Muppet Show. Doug Henning. The Magical World of Doug Henning. Totally. Pardon me. All right. Also at 7, Kung Fu. Hiya. 7:30, Happy Days Again. They call it again so that they can syndicate it right alongside other shows while it's still prime time. And here we go. Hollywood Squares. Artie Johnson, Catherine Damon, Vincent Price, Dottie West, Waylon and Madam, Scott Baio, George Gobel, and Jane Kennedy with Robert Urich. Damn nose. I don't know what it is this morning. Too much cocaine. At 8 o'clock we have a pilot for a comedy. The Ugly Family. Wow. Al Molinaro heads The Ugly Family. A New Jersey clan having trouble adjusting to their new lifestyle in Southern California. Wow. Lyle Waggoner is in it as well. Al Molinaro, he played the cop on The Odd Couple. And then, of course, he took over as Al in Al's Diner on Happy Days after Pat Morita left. Pat Morita was too good for the show. He was. He was way too funny. He was way too good an actor to be on the show. There were a couple of actors that were just, they were too good to be on the show. Marion Ross, she was really good. She proved that she was more than the show. She did that movie with Ron Howard, Grand Theft Auto, right? And then as soon as, like, as far as I'm concerned, as soon as Henry Winkler started doing film, he should have left the show. The only thing that kept him there was the money and his own insecurities. So there you go. Take a chance, people. Live for yourself. Do your thing. Also at 8 on the 26th of July, 1980, Saturday, BJ and the Bear. A motorcycle gang invades Bishop County to recover an impounded cycle, and it's led by a biker who also intends on reclaiming his girlfriend. Ooh, so Greg Evigan as BJ, and of course the monkey Bear, BJ and the Bear. Ed Lauder is there. Ed Lauder, that's somebody that we just saw in a movie. That's the movie that I just saw. Ed Lauder was in it. What was that movie? Dang it. I'll figure it out. It'll come to me. All Creatures, Great and Small, drama. That's a 60-minute drama. I like them drummers, yeah. Another episode of that also on at 8. An episode of Universe, a science show with Walter Cronkite. Dodsworth, a movie from 1936. At 8:30, another pilot. Blue Jeans, pilots. Oh, these are summer pilots. These are summer shows, okay. Blue Jeans is an unlikely rock group struggling to drum up some money to pay the bills in this pilot that's not on ABC's announced fall schedule. That's because it's a summer run. Then they're going to see if it's going to work, and then they'll pick it up, right? Charles Fleischer is in this. Charles Fleischer, best known for the voice of Roger Rabbit, right? But he also did a bunch of weird movies as himself, which is all right. Also at 8:30, July 26, 1980, is the TV series Bad News Bears. Wow. Buttermaker pool cleaning business has dried up, and he has to take a job working for Turner if he hopes to buy Amanda a bicycle for her birthday. Jack Warden as Buttermaker. Trisha Cast as Amanda. It started as Jodie Foster. The pilot, the first shows were Jodie Foster as as Amanda, and Mino Pelusi as Tanner. Wow, the little badmouth kid. Mino Pelusi, he was in a lot of stuff, and then as soon as he became an adult, just before he became an adult, he faded away. What I know about him is that in the 90s, he became a photographer and traveled around with his wife and kids in a motorhome. So there you go. At 9, The Love Boat. Ooh. Sanford. This is after they kicked the son off the show for being a heroin addict. So now it's no longer Sanford and Son. It's just Sanford. Ooh, 1980. And at this point, he's just about ready to get busted for tax evasion, right, Red Fox? Let's see. Movie, thriller, Death Moon. A bunch of nobodies in it. Dolph Sweet is in it. Dolph Sweet plays Lieutenant Russ Court. Dolph Sweet played the father cop on that show. Oh, what was it called? She was the big black woman. Wonderful voice, could sing. She was really funny. In the opening credits, she bends over with the vacuum and sticks it in the fish tank and sucks up all the fish. What is the name of that show? Can somebody tell me the name of that show? What is the name of that show? What is that girl's name? Darn it, now I gotta look her up. So I'm gonna look up Dolph Sweet. Dolph Sweet. Give Me a Break. That's it. Give Me a Break is the name of the show. And I can't remember the lady's name who was the star of the show, but she also had a small part in the film Hair. I almost watched that last night. I know it would have just driven my wife out of the room. Oh my God, not these hippies. So let's see. Hunted, a movie, 1952, black and white. A show called Joe's World. It's the last show of the series with Raymond Beery. Christopher Knight, of course, he played the middle son on the Brady Bunch. And there you go, custom car show. At 10 o'clock, Fantasy Island. And a show called Good Time Harry. Ted Bessel plays Harry. Marcia Strassman plays Carol. Marcia Strassman, she played Gabe Kaplan's wife, Mr. Cotter's wife, on Welcome Back, Kotter. She's a very unique actress. She's like there with Wonder Woman, right? That actress. The Bride of Frankenstein. Ooh, 1935. More Good Time Harry. And then at 11, Celebrity Concerts. Carol Burnett and Friends. 11:30, here we go, Saturday Night Live. Kurt Russell, we looked at this yesterday. Kurt Russell is the guest. It's a repeat. Sam and Dave do Soul Man. Let's see. Sidney Pollack movie. They shoot horses, don't they? And then we go into late night, and we go into Sunday morning. Sunday. Anything, a lot of religious stuff. Jimmy Swire, Jerry Falwell, Rex Humbard, Oral Roberts, Robert Schuller. Boy, they just come out of the woodwork, don't they? They just come out at 7 p.m. Galactica 1980 Part 2. Adama Lauren Green must modernize the Earth's 20th century defense. Wow, that's right, they show up. And as soon as they show up, here come the Cylons. Get out of here. Go away. You come here, you bring bad guys. Go away. What do you think this is? Battleground? Old friends, new friends. At 8 o'clock on Sunday, When the Whistle Blows. Chips. Two guys stole a Rolls Royce. There you go. Oh, it's a Randy Oakes episode. Yeah, she's kind of annoying. Also at 8 o'clock on Sunday, July 27, 1980. One Day at a Time. The Baxters. Baxters. Who's the Baxters? I've never heard of Baxters. Larry Keith, Chris Peterson. It's just something. The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. I have that on Betamax right there. 1974 Canadian adaptation of Mordecai Riker's novel. Richard Dreyfuss is there as Duddy Kravitz. Also, we've got at 9, part 1 of Airport 77. Come on, it's not that long a movie. 2 hours. They're going to milk it for 2 hours. That's going to be a lot of commercials. Also at 9, Alice. 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 And of course, we've already lost the Flo, because she went to get her own show, Flo, right? And it didn't last long. It didn't last bloody long. At 9:30, The Jeffersons. At 10, Trapper John, MD. Remember Trapper John? He left MASH in the first season. Right after the first season, he was gone. Second season, we get B.J. Honeycutt, right? So they gave the show to Pernell Roberts. They gave him the show. Trapper John, MD. At 11, Monty Python's Flying Circus. I'll watch that. I'll buy that for $1. And then at late night on Sunday ends at 1:15. And then TV turns off until the morn. Until the morn. And then let's look at prime time on Monday night. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. Get any 6 tapes or records for only a penny. Only a penny. All right, 8 o'clock, July 28, 1980 on a Monday. That's incredible. Yeah, that's my show right there. And of course, Flo. There she is. There's Flo. Got her own show, Polly Holiday. Little House on the Prairie, also at 8. U.S. Chronicle, A Love Canal Family, focuses on Luella and Norman Keeney and their efforts to find the cause of the death of their 7-year-old son. Some believe he died of a chemical contamination in the Niagara Falls community. Huh. A chemical dumping ground. Oh, go figure. One of the United States' most prized, spots there, nature spots, and it was used as a chemical dumping ground back in the 70s. Of course. Why not? Also at 8, Pumping Iron. I am here to pump you up. Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno. It's a great movie. I have to tune it in. Watch it, please. Conflict in California. Bilingual education. What's the problem? I think it should be mandatory for kids to learn more than their own language. So what's the problem? You get Spanish-speaking kids in a class with English-speaking kids, and now you got the buddy system. All right, we're going to learn Spanish. Here's your buddy. Now you got somebody to talk Spanish with and to teach you the words and the sentence. I mean, come on. Am I stupid here, or is that like the smartest thing in the fucking world? But no, we gotta segregate. We gotta make sure we gotta get the brown people out of our schools. Don't teach Mexican language. Aye. All right, WKRP in Cincinnati is also on at 8:30. And at 9, The Girls in the Office, a movie, 1979 movie, with Susan St. James. Ooh. And the conclusion of Airport 77, 2 more hours, which means you're going to do like an hour and 40. You're going to do like an hour and 15 minutes of show, and you're going to get like 45 minutes of commercials. because the movie was only 2 hours long. So you're literally getting an hour of commercials a night or 1 hour of show. It's crazy. It's just crazy, man. And Pumping Iron again. MASH at 9. At 9:30, House Calls. Wayne Rogers, who left MASH, has his own show. And he's a doctor. Go figure. A documentary called Savage. A look at the world of professional wrestling. At 10 o'clock, Lou Grant. Ed Asner as Lou Grant. Jazz at the Maintenance Shop. Guitarist Barney Kessel, Charlie Bird, and Herb Ellis, and bassist Joe Bird perform numbers. Yeah, cool. Synthesis, electronic music. At 11, Austin City Limits. Oh, and then there's the Twilight Zone, right? That's the one the guys land on the planet. And then he finds the little itty bitty people and he makes himself their god, and they build him a statue, and he squashes them and, rules them, and it's a funny episode. It's totally like humanity gone into space. Totally, eh? All right, we are going to catch up here. We have Tuesday evening prime time. And what have we got here on prime time? Let's see if we can find some... I like to try to find an episode of Hollywood Squares, but I'm not finding it this evening. Alfred Hitchcock. Over the weekend we watched his last movie, Family Plot, with William Devane and Bruce Dern and some other assorted kooky actors. It was really weird, but that was cool. It was totally cool. At 8 o'clock, Tuesday, July 29, 1980, Happy Days. Chachi, Scott Baio, accidentally sets fire to Arnold's, and he traps Fonzie, Potsy, and Ralph in the men's room. Ooh, that's crazy. The spin-off from BJ and the Bear, The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo, with Claude Akins as Sheriff Lobo. That's a great show. Nova. And then there's a pilot. There's a show called Pilot Comedy. GIs in World War II. They reluctantly leave their foxholes to hunt German. It looks like a weird show that just kind of popped up out of nowhere. And it's a comedy. A World War II Nazi hunting comedy. Probably didn't last. Pardon me. Laverne and Shirley at 8:30. The girls are riding the Moose Jaw Express in Canada. Oh, I remember that. Funny. The movie Network is on at 8:30. And at 9, Three's Company. Three's Company. I gotta drink some coffee here because I don't want to forget my coffee. And then I guess I'll wait for an irregular to show up so I can have a hit here. It's kind of antisocial to sit here and smoke alone, so I'll wait. Out of hell with it, I'll fucking smoke if I want to. Alright, here we go. Also, at 9 o'clock, Flambards, Part 4. I don't know what that is. It's a drama. Flambards. Sharks, The Death Machine, documentary. Alright. 9:30, Taxi. I love Taxi. At 10, Heart to Heart. Eyeshide? Oh, Eyeshide. That's right. Eyeshide, the detective, Joe Don Baker, right? A disco owner is murdered, possibly by rogue cops running an extortion racket. Eyeshide. Yeah, that was what a weird name, Eyeshide. That's when they could just make up this weird name, latch onto it, and say, hey, everybody, Wigga-Jabber. We're going to have the show called Wigga-Jabber. All right, everybody. Hey, man, you watched Wigga-Jabber last night? Yeah, dude, totally watched Wigga-Jabber. Totally, man. It's my great stuff. Also, at, 9 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock. No, get out of here. It's got to be. It's got Eyeshide was on. Yeah, at 10 o'clock. Also at 10 o'clock, a firing line, the vice presidency, Republican style. Soundstage, Chick Corea, singer Al Jarreau, and vibraphonist Gary Burton. Vibraphone. Wow, everybody's phone vibrates now. I don't know why it's such a big deal. And then we get into late night. And then we get into Wednesday, which is today. So let's see what's happening today. Wednesday, July 30, 1980. Right? Let me find prime time here. All right, 8 o'clock. 8 is enough. It's enough. Enough is enough. Oh, before that, we got Hollywood Squares. Let's do that. Robert Hayes. Robert Hayes. He was always on here. He's Airplane, the guy on Airplane. Eileen Brennan. She plays the commanding officer on Private Benjamin. Richard Kyle. Don't know who he is. Lauren Tuis. Sounds familiar. John Biner. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis. What do you call it? Fifth Dimension. And Tony Randall. Melissa Gilbert. George Goebel. Melissa Gilbert. Yeah. Oh, Laura. And then, of course, 8 is enough. July 30, Wednesday. Real People at 8 o'clock. The Toilet Trained Cat. That should have been on Those Amazing Animals, really. Which is another show. Real People, That's Incredible, Those Amazing Animals. Those were my 3 favorite shows to come out of that 1980 thing that was going on, 79, 80, 81. It's awesome. Pilot, comedy, Brothers, Charles Levin and James O'Sullivan. That's actually a good show, Brothers. That was a funny show. I remember watching that in reruns, late night. Charlie's Angels at 9, as well as Different Strokes. And then after Different Strokes, of course, The Facts of Life. Facts of Life. At 10, Vegas, right, with Robert Urich. Also at 10, Quincy. And Meanings of Modern Art Special. Ooh, there we go. And a premiere, a drama, There's No Place, ... The story of 2 teenagers interrupted idle in an abandoned railroad yard. A bunch of Twilight Zone, Late Night, Austin City Limits, Love Boat, some movies, right? Gunfight in Black Horse Canyon. Ooh. An episode of Beretta at 1 a.m. Tomorrow, of course, with Tom Snyder. The Speed Merchants, Michael Kaiser. Auto racing. Ooh. And then late night when we get into Thursday. Let's see what's on Wednesday. Back in 1975, before we call it quits on the TV Guide. Wednesday evening at 8 p.m., Wednesday, July 30, 1975. That's my mama, Slappy White. Slappy White. Clifton Davis. Yeah. Mama Teresa Merritt. Ted Lang as Junior. Ted Lang. Love Boat, right? He played the bartender on Love Boat. Oh, let's see. And we have a movie, Delancey Street, 1975. And it's got Walter McGinn, Michael Conrad, and Mark Hamill. Lou Gossett, before he was Lou Gossett Jr., Louis Gossett Jr. And Hector Elias. Nice. Also at 8, Black Perspective on the News. Tony Orlando and Dawn, a variety show. Variety shows were kind of on the outs by 1980, but in 1975, they were still kicking. The House of the Seven Hawks, 1959 movie. At 8:30, Cloris Leachman, Death Sentence. She's in for a shock. She plays a juror at a murder trial who is painfully discovering that the defendant is innocent and her own husband is the killer. Cloris Leachman, Nick Nolte, William Shallard, Alan Oppenheimer, Doberman. At 9, Cannon, William Conrad. Love that show. He was the voice of Marshall Dillon on Gunsmoke on the radio. And he was also the Fat Man on Jake and the Fat Man. Totally, baby. The Last Hours Before Morning, 1975 movie about a jewel robbery in Los Angeles. At 10, Jim Stafford, singing, composer, comedian. Mannix, with, of course, what's his face? Oh, no, Mannix is played by Mike Connors. I was thinking of the other show. I won't mention it. Green Acres is on at 10. Green Acres can't be prime time still. 10:30, Interface, Alfred Hitchcock, drama. At 11, Peter Gunn. This is 1975, so, yeah. I guess Green Acres is still around for a reason. Wide World Special, Celebrity Pleasure Hunt. There we go. It's a take on children's, like Treasure Hunt, but it's adults and famous people, and like Rosie Greer, Richard Dawson. Famous people like George Kennedy. Yeah. Johnny Carson, Don Meredith is the scheduled guest host. And tomorrow with Tom Snyder, death is the topic of discussion. That's great. I love Tom Snyder. He would just get on there and smoke cigarettes and talk about stuff with his big eyebrows. It's great stuff. So that takes us into Thursday, and tomorrow morning we'll get back into that there. And at 6 a.m. this morning, we are going to listen to an old-time radio show. We are going to listen to this guy here, Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, and it was dubbed as the Challenge of the Yukon, the adventures of what's-his-face, Sergeant Preston, and his dog, Yukon King. So, it's a fun show. Come on, Yukon, let's go, boys. It was a good show. It's good. What have we got going on this week? Today is a short day. The last couple of days have kind of been long because there hasn't been anything going on. I got to get my wife up in about an hour and get her ready to take her over to the other side of town for a few hours. And then I will probably come home and just nap whilst she is gone, so that I have the energy to get up and do something when she gets back. Otherwise, she'll get back, and I'll have some lunch, and then want to go lay down. So when I'm done here this morning, I'm going to go out and put the battery charger on my van and let it sit for the day and see if I can get it to work. If I can charge it for 8 or 10, 12 hours today, I'll go out this evening about 8 or 9 and give it a start and see if it works. I don't really have a need to drive it right now, which is why it sits there. And I don't know why after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, the battery dies. I just don't know. I don't want to have to take it back to the mechanic and say, figured this one out, right? It's because he's just going to go have to spend hours tracking shit down, right? So I'm going to get in there and pop some fuses on a few things in the back of the van and see if that helps. You know, I've got a stereo in the back of the van, and I don't need to use that. So I'm just browsing through some of the news real quick. Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy Osbourne seem to be the two that are in the news right now at the heaviest. Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson. Wow. Gossip, gossip, gossip. There you go. Alright, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm here to tell you now. Forget about me later. Do it. Just do it. All you gotta do is just do it. Yeah, baby. Looks like I have a new subscriber, which is pretty dang cool. So thank you. New subscribers, old subscribers, weirdos and irregulars. Thank you for making my stay here on YouTube enjoyable and social. I appreciate that. It's very cool. I don't have much of a social life in reality, so having some kind of a social life here is pretty cool. And it's early here, but on the other side of the country, it's kind of late, so people are doing their early morning stuff, and then at some point later in the morning, people kind of show up here. I'm afraid that I'm going to be here most of the morning alone because I've got to get off in about an hour and 15 minutes, and that's just the way it is. And I just need to get that van on a charger. I went in and checked it, and it was nothing. I didn't get anything. All I got was the little brake light came on and glowed a little bit. So I'm thinking, all right, that's better than it's been before. It's got a little bit of juice in it. So I need to go out there and hook a charger up to it for a few hours and see if that's going to do it. If not, it's back to the auto store and get another battery. And this one's under warranty, so it's just a matter of an exchange. Take it in, they'll put it on the machine. If it won't charge, then they'll say, okay, well, you need another one. I hate pulling the battery in and out of that van. It's just so cumbersome. It's just so difficult. It is. It's a bummer. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I've got over 1,700 videos on my channel. We're looking at almost Jesus Jiminy. We're looking at almost 1,800 videos. A lot of it's live. Most of it is educational films and old-time radios. Old-time radios make up the bulk of the stuff on my channel. Next comes educational films. After that comes live stuff, right? And I think those are like neck and neck for that's totally cool. 35-year-old answering machine messages through June 1980. Oh, that's crazy. That's funny. Well, I can't play it because I can't, it's copyright stuff, so, but that looks interesting. Thank you, Susie, for that. I'm going to have to put that in a playlist. Let's add this to the morning shares. I think that's what it's called. Morning show shares. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Hey. All right, and let's go. Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, and we'll go radio, and we'll see if I can get that show, this particular show. Yes, Husky Malamute. Radio LP. See if that. That one. Where is it? Am I gonna get the LP? No. Well, I guess I'm not sharing. I'm not going to be sharing the Sergeant Preston, but we are going to listen to it, and we are going to enjoy it. And then it'll be on my show at some point. I'm going to put together a morning show thing where it's just the stuff we play in the morning. Morning plays. Morning playlist. Here is the record of the day. The LP of the day is Firefall Breaking Dawn from 1982. I got this new. It was a new original first edition, and I opened it. Had a little notch in here because it was in a radio station, so it was a new album in a radio station locked up. And what they do is they slide these records in on a shelf, and then in the notch a metal bar slides down, right? And it's just enough to grab the record and hold on to it. And each of these metal bars across the back of the records has a lock on it. So you can lock all of the records in at night at the radio station. And if they're not unlocked, this little slot here catches it, and you can't pull it out without destroying the jacket. So it's very cool. Breaking Dawn is one that I got on cassette, and I was like, what? I gotta listen to more Firefall. About 4 or 5 years ago, I found a cassette and listened to it, and I was like, you know what? Firefall, I remember Firefall from back then, but I didn't remember it until I heard Breaking Dawn. And now I've got just a shitload of Firefall. But that is one of my favorites right there, Breaking Dawn from 1982. They've got some great stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s. They're still putting out records today. The last two things they did are Friends and Family records, where they do songs from other groups, their favorite groups and stuff. And because their band is made up of guys from that era, you know, and other groups. And I love it when you hear like they're touring with Pure Prairie League today, like in the Now, or Ambrosia, you know, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go see this. I gotta go see them with Starland Vocal Band, right? Because while Firefall only had like a handful of like radio hits, they've got like album after album after album of just beautiful, awesome fucking music. and a lot of it made it to the radio. But it's like those songs where they say, okay, here's we just did a song by so and so and so and so, and then there's a song by so and so, and then we did this, Dolphins or whatever, and then we do it again, and then they don't say who it is. They don't say who Firefall is. I didn't hear the name Firefall a lot when I was young. I heard their music a lot, but I didn't hear their name. Totally. Firefall is one of those things that makes me think of, well, Minecraft. Because every once in a while you see lava coming out of a mountainside, and it looks like a firefall, a lava fall, a waterfall only of lava, right? Firefall. And that's what that means. Totally. There you go. There you have it. That's the ticket. All right. Well, it's just about time to put on Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, which is pretty cool because I love to have a little something going on in the background. And it's not like we have to sit here and go, we gotta listen to it. It's just something for us to kind of listen to a little bit and talk about a little bit. During those lulls in the conversation, there's something playing. So we'll wait until 6 and then put this on. And it's about a half an hour. It's about 28.5 minutes long. So it'll pretty much take us through half of the next hour. And then we're going to get out of here at 7 today, so there you go. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Good stuff. Today's 4 o'clock movie is And Everything Nice. It's about girls and their place in the world, right? According to men. Where's my... That must have been me. I thought it were a noise. But it wasn't. It was me. So there you go. Tomorrow, I'm going to pull out another old typewriter. This one I found at a thrift shop for a few bucks, and I just brought it home and set it there. So we're going to finally open it up, check it out, plug it in, see if it works. See if it still has a ribbon, see if it's still... everything is good to go. I need to take my old typewriters, blow them out, put a little 3-in-1 oil in some of the little armatures and stuff, and get it so that it's says, I love you. Those old typewriters are just great. A little motor inside there driving it, Yeah. It's good. Tomorrow's 4 o'clock movie is Someone Else's Crisis. It is an educational film about social responsibility. If you see something going on that's goes against the norm, then maybe you should intervene and not just wait for the cops, right? We don't have much of that anymore. People just pick up their phones and go, Also, on Friday, we're going to talk about King Tut. The country's fascination with the world's fascination with King Tut in the 20th century. My own little fascination with King Tut. And I never got to go to one of those exhibits, right? I always wanted to go to a King Tut exhibit. So if anybody knows where King Tut is, let me know. Where the hell are you? On Friday, we're going to keep it Aboriginal, and we're going to talk about the mystery of the lost red paint people. And it's an archaeological documentary anthropological study about a lost people here in North America that we don't hear too much about. And that's going to take us into the weekend. Friday, we're going to have a very special very special video time machine starring Malcolm Jamal Warner and some Ozzy Osbourne, believe it or not. So Ozzy and Randy Rhoads together in a kind of a unique recording. So, among other things, Betty Boop and educational films and some shorts and some animated stuff, and of course, another episode of Read All About It, which is one of my favorite kid shows from the 1980s. It's a 15-minute PBS show from Canada, and it was a small group of kids investigating this mystery, and then that's it. And all of the clues are about reading. The clues are, and of course it's a kid's program. It's about learning. It's about learning about reading, and it's just a great look at that kind of a show in the 1980s. So being able to find all the episodes, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to run it. And then there'll be a series for people to get into on the video time machine, right? Same thing with Betty Boop, Felix the Cat, Bosco, a series of cartoons that you can get into and enjoy and look forward to seeing. There you go. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Boogity, 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 boogity. It is just about 6 o'clock, so I am going to queue up the radio show for today, Old Time Radio Wednesday. And again, we are going to be listening to The Challenge of the Yukon, the adventures of Sergeant Preston and his dog, Husky Malamute, Yukon King. Great show. Great White North show, eh? Bunch of hosers. It's an Alaska show, eh, there, but it's above Canada, there, eh? And I believe that Sergeant Preston, well, he was like a Mountie almost, eh? Right? Like, eh? Eh? And this show, this friggin' show from 1947, right? When was Alaska brought into the Union, the United States, right? Is it 60-something? So, yeah. At this point, Sergeant Preston was a Mountie, a Canadian Mountie. And they patrolled the North, the Great White North, eh? All right. So here we go. We are going to listen to, from June 12, because it's June, 1947, The Wolf Cub. And this is an episode of Challenge of the Yukon with the adventures of
The Challenge of the Yukon.
Sergeant Preston and his dog, Yukon King.
The strongest lead dog of the North Country, blazing the trail for Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police in his relentless pursuit of lawbreakers. On King! On your husky!
Totally, eh?
Gold discovered in the Yukon. A stampede to the Klondike in the greedy race for riches. Now back to the days of the gold rush, when Sergeant Preston and his wonder dog King battled through storm and snow to preserve law and order as they met the Challenge of the Yukon.
Totally.
Sergeant Preston, tall, young, and clear-eyed, was typical of the men who'd be found in the Northwest Mounted Police Force of the Yukon country.
Mm.
He had taken advantage of a short holiday and was visiting a trapper friend of his, Dave Ferguson, who lived near Copper Creek. It was early spring, and Dave and the sergeant were doing some hunting along the Pelly River. The ice had broken, and huge cakes of it were floating down the stream. Beside the Mountie was his big lead dog, King, his constant companion, who seemed to enjoy the welcome sunshine as much as his master.
Sure.
Dave, too, was in a fine mood.
It's good to feel the sun in your face again. I'm sure glad to see the winter end.
Yeah.
Spring's the best season up here in the North Country, Dave. Always a great day when the ice breaks.
The current certainly carries those ice cakes along fast. Look at them.
Yeah, it won't be long before... Dave, what's that on that piece of ice coming down there?
Uh-oh. That's
like
a man.
Well,
What's
I
a
don't
puppy?
see it.
Floating this way, not far from shore. Right there, see it?
Oh, yeah. It's an animal of some kind. That is dead, though.
I'm going to have a look through my field glasses. No, not dead. It's moving. It's either a pup or a wolf cub.
Poor little mutt. Maybe we could save him.
That stake of ice will be across from us in a minute. I'm going to tie this rope to King. Maybe he can get the pup off the ice. Here, King. I'll tie this rope to his harness so he won't get carried downstream too far.
Better hurry. Here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see the pup now. He's sprawled out flat.
And if he moves, it'll slip off. There. Rope
Get him,
tied.
King.
Now King can just see him.
That ice cake is coming this way, luckily. Here it is.
King, old fella. See out there, boy? Get him. Bring him in.
Get him. Get him, King. I just got chills.
Seize him. He knows what you want.
Get him, King. Hope this rope's long enough.
That's a quick current for your dog.
Oh, don't worry, Dave. He's been in worse than that. You may have to help me pull him in, though.
He's almost reached the pup. Wow, that ice cake almost hit him.
Get him, boy. There, he's reached it.
The ice cake tipped over. Can you see the little one?
King will get him. There.
King will get him.
He's coming in. Help me with this rope, Dave.
That current is strong. Hope he got the pup.
He has something in his mouth. On, King. Pull, Dave.
He's almost in the shore.
A little more will do it. There we are.
Lucky. He's a powerful dog.
Good boy, King. Bring him here, fella.
The pup's probably dead.
That's a boy. Drop him, King.
Poor little whelp. Is he dead?
Not very much alive. Why, not a dog, Dave. A wolf cub.
A wolf?
A wolf.
Well, of all the blasted luck. All that trouble for one of them pesky varmints. Throw him back in.
Poor little fella. He struggled hard to keep alive. Here, you hold him while I untie the rope on King. Better put him in your parka. He's freezing.
Oh, you're too darn soft-hearted, Preston. I never... He is cold, ain't he? I'll dry him off.
Poor little feller.
Suppose you can't let your dog go to all that trouble and then let him see us toss it right back in again.
Oh, still, King. Do I get this
Poor bastard would even think about it.
Right off, you little rascal. That should make you feel better. Now, get in here inside my parka. Say,
What's wrong?
his face is bleeding. He's got a long gash in it.
Oh, King probably creased him with a tooth when he
No.
grabbed him. Too bad.
It'll heal up all right. I feel like an old fool. Not only rescuing a wolf, but putting him inside my coat and getting blood all over. And me, a trapper.
Well, come on, Dave. Let's go back to your cabin and let these animals get dried off. Here, King. Here, boy.
As Dave held the small wolf cub in one big hand before the fire, his firm resolve to kill it began to weaken.
Yep.
Sergeant Preston smiled as he watched the big trapper stroking the squirming ball of fur.
He likes that heat, Dave. Oh,
Here we go,
a can milk?
You talk as if I'm going to keep him.
Hey. No, that's the wrong one. Here we go.
Guess I better give him some milk.
Now,
as long as
jeez.
he's hungry.
He's too little to eat anything solid.
Barely got his eyes open. Here, lie down there, young fella.
I gotta figure out my
Going to
cameras
be
here.
all right, Dave. Look at him crawling around.
I never saw anybody who liked animals the way you do.
Well, you've got to admit he's a cute little beggar.
Never thought I'd be nursing a wolf. The other trappers hear about this, they'll lynch me.
Maybe you'll be able to train him, Dave. They're a lot
Train
like
him?
dogs.
I ain't going to keep him.
Oh?
Why not?
Little varmint, drink this.
You know, Dave, you shouldn't start feeding him with a spoon. It's going to make you feel like his mother.
Oh, you're crazy. Look at him drink it. He was starved. Come on, you. Take some more.
What are you going to name him, Dave?
Think you're funny, don't you?
Now, listen. You've got a maternal look in your eye right now. You know you're going to keep him.
Keep a wolf and me a trapper?
Too bad he'll carry the scar of the slash King gave him. He'll grow up with that mark on his nose. What? That's it, Dave. That's a name for him. Call him Slash.
Slash. That is a good name.
Good. It's perfect.
Slash.
It fits him.
No, I'll bet he grows up to be a good, strong animal. Living through what he did, getting ducked in the river and everything.
Well, there's no doubt about it. He has a rugged constitution.
Now, here you, Slash. Take some more milk. You really think I could tame him?
Well, lots of entertained wolves. They make good sled dogs.
Being alone so much, it might be nice to have a pet. But a wolf.
Well, why not?
Well, maybe I'll try it for a while.
And so, Dave Ferguson kept the wolf cub. Whenever Sergeant Preston was in the territory, he stopped to see Dave and watched with interest the affection that grew between the animal and the trapper. As the wolf matured, he and King ignored each other, but never fought. On one of his visits, the Mountie watched Flash closely as he and Dave talked in the cabin.
Flash has gotten to be a big fella, isn't he?
He sure is. Timber wolves get pretty big.
You know, Dave, I think Flash has some dog in him. You ever notice when you talk to him, he half wags his tail?
Wolves do that, don't they?
Oh, no, they don't. No. And his fur, it has quite a lot of black in it.
Well, I did notice that. But there are black wolves, the Arctic kind. Maybe he has some dog in him somewhere. About an eighth, maybe. Hope there's enough to keep him liking to stay with me.
You have any trouble with him when strangers come to see him?
Yeah, he likes you and King, but when anyone new comes around, I have to chain him up.
Oh?
He won't make friends with anyone else.
Well, he certainly is fond of you, Dave. His eyes never leave him.
Yep. We're pretty close, Flash and me. He never lost that scar on his nose that King's tooth made. That was sure a good name you picked for him.
That was almost a year ago, wasn't it? Spring's just about here again.
Slash.
With the return of spring, the Yukon took on new signs of life. The ice broke in the rivers, the birds began to return, and the wild things in the forest began to stir.
Pot started to grow along the river.
Dave sat alone in his cabin one evening with Flash. A bright moon was shining over the clearing. Suddenly, Flash raised his head, and a deep whine stirred in his throat.
What's the matter, Flash? Want to go for a walk? Yeah, it's almost bedtime. Come on, fella. Guess I'd better put a leash on you. You might start chasing something and not come back. Yeah, here it is. Come here, boy. Here you are. Now, come on, let's go. Yeah, it's a mighty pretty night. It's getting warmer. Oh, so that's what you heard a while ago. Backslash, stop pulling at this leash.
He hears the call of the wild.
You want to go with him, don't you, fella? You wanted to go for a long time, I know. Keep trying to pretend that you don't. Keep telling myself that you're happy here with me. But it ain't true. All right, Slash. I'm going to let you go. Hey, young fella. Go on. Go back to him. You'll be happier. Goodbye, Slash.
Wow.
I'll miss you, boy. But I couldn't keep you here.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah? Who is it? That's you, Tom?
Yeah. It's kind of late for a neighborly call, but I got lonesome. It was such a nice night, I thought I'd walk over for a while.
Yeah, glad you did. Come on in.
You got Flash tied up? I don't want to get a piece taken out of me.
Flash isn't here.
Oh, where is he?
Tom, I know you're a trapper. I never did approve of Flash.
That's right. All wolves are varmints and ought to be destroyed. They kill more game than we can trap in one season.
I know.
Yeah, but that's their job, not yours.
Did you finally come to your senses and put a
Trappers and hunters.
No, Tom, I didn't.
What did you do with him?
Have a chair, Tom. Might as well tell you. You won't like it, but I let him go.
Hey, Ferguson. You mean to tell me you let a full-grown wolf loose in our trapping territory?
Yep.
I guess you've lost your mind. Why didn't you let me shoot him for you?
You're pretty fond of your dogs, ain't you?
Sure, but they're useful. They're good sled dogs. Why, how'd we ever haul our furs into Selkirk to trade them if we didn't have my dog team?
I guess I can't make you understand. Flash was like a friend. Even if he wasn't you.
Heavy.
Winter had again clamped its icy fingers on the Yukon territory. The long nights were lonely ones for Dave, and his face lighted up with pleasure as he heard the sound of Sergeant Preston's dog team stopping at the cabin.
Sergeant Preston. How are you?
Can you put me up for the night?
I sure can. Here, let me give you a hand with them dogs.
I'll put them in your shed and feed them.
Yeah, I was just going to have some supper, and you're just in time.
Good.
It sure is nice.
Well, that was a fine supper, Dave. Now, tell me about Slash. Ever seen him since you let him go?
Yep, a couple of times.
You mean he came back here?
The last time was a couple of months ago. Early one morning, I opened the door, and he was standing at the edge of the clearing looking at the cabin. I called to him, came up to me, and touched my hand with his nose. When I tried to pet him, he slunk away from me, and he was gone.
Then he was gone.
Haven't seen him since.
Well, that proves there must be some dog blood in him. He misses you, even though he'd rather go wild.
Don't miss me the way I miss him. He's more than a pet. He's like a friend.
I wish you still had him, Dave, especially now.
Oh, why now? What do you mean?
He'd be good protection. The reason I came over here this time is to investigate some robberies. Some fur thieves have been very active in this territory.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
You've had a fine catch this season, haven't you?
I sure have. I figured to make more out of my furs this year than I did pan and gold last summer. Got some prime mink, a lot of nice fox, and some lynx.
You're so alone out here, it's dangerous.
Well, my neighbor, Tom Holt, is a trapper. He has a good dog team, and we're planning to haul our furs to Selkirk in a week or so. We can get a better price for them there.
Well, in the meantime, be careful, Dave. I stopped here to warn you.
Have you any idea who's doing the robbing?
I saw the trapper who was robbed last, Jake Reeves. Lives about 30 miles north of here. His dog team was stolen, too. 2 men knocked him out on the trail and stole everything. Fortunately, prospectors found him or he'd have frozen to death.
Did he see the man?
No, Dave. They got him from behind. They gave me a good description of the furs he had and also his dog team. Now I'm making a tour of all the trading posts in this territory to see if I can trace them.
Then you'll be around in this district for a while.
Well, within a radius of 50 miles, if you call that close.
I was just hoping I'd see you again soon.
I'll be back eventually, but I have to get a line on these thieves. I'm heading west tomorrow.
It was over a week later that Sergeant Preston drove his tired dog team into the small settlement called Cross's Landing. He had traveled over 30 miles that day, and the dogs lay down in the snow as soon as they stopped in front of Jules Dupree's trading post. As he started into the store, he suddenly noticed a certain dog team in front of it, among several other teams, and stopped to look closer at it.
Get back, King. Go on back, fella. This lead dog may not like you. Hello there, old boy. Wonder if your name's Duke. Hello, Duke. Uh-huh. Looks as if I guessed it. Let's see now. Black with yellow mask, white Newfoundland, 2 white Siberians, and 2 Malamutes. I'll have a look at this sled. This is it, all right. I'm lucky. Here, King. Come here, fella. We're going in here, fella. I think we've caught the men we're after.
Hello, Sergeant. There's Preston. Hello, Sergeant.
Hello, Schultz. How are you, boys? Which one of you men owns that dog team out in front? The one with the black lead dog.
My dog team's out there, Sergeant. So's mine. Which one do you mean?
Now look through the window here. That one with the big black dog and the 2 white Siberians over there to the left.
That ain't mine, Sergeant.
Huh?
Mine is the one with the malnourished lead. No, it ain't mine either.
Any of you other men own it?
We ain't got a dog team.
Well, somebody must own it.
Hey, where those 2 men go that were in here a few minutes ago?
Was there someone else here when I came?
Wait, 2 trappers.
Huh?
See, that is their fur catch on the floor. They go outside door just a few minutes ago.
Are they coming back?
Me, I am busy with Jake. I think maybe they go over to their bar for drinks till I get not busy.
Did they see me drive my team up in front?
I wasn't watching them, Sergeant. One of them was standing near the window, I think.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they will come back. They'll leave all their furs.
I'll go over to the bar. See if they're there.
I was looking for my Neosporin.
Darkness had fallen, and snow was coming down in huge, soft flakes as 2 men made their way through the woods. One man was tall and heavy-set and grumbled as his foot occasionally broke through the crust of snow. His lighter companion called to him impatiently.
Hurry, Steve. I gotta go faster.
We're safe enough now. Quit your squawking.
That Mountie might trail us.
Yeah, he can't trail us in the dark when he didn't know which way we went. By the time he went over and questioned everyone on the bar, it was pitch dark.
Just the same, I'm scared.
We're more than 5 miles from town, and the snow will cover our tracks by morning. I'm going to sit down and rest a while. Here's a log.
Don't stop now, Steve.
Sit down. We're safe, I tell you.
Come on, Steve.
Yeah, of all the rotten luck having that Mountie come.
It's a good thing I happened to be looking out the window when he went over and looked at our team.
We should have killed the old codger that owned us.
Codger.
Maybe we're crazy. That Mountie probably wasn't even looking for us. Maybe he was just interested in the dog.
We couldn't take a chance. Anyway, we traded most of the furs at other posts. We didn't lose too much.
We got to get another dog team and supplies.
See it. You hear that? It's a wolf.
What of it? We got our guns.
I don't like being out in the woods like this. Come on, let's keep going. We'll get to the Pelly River if we keep straight ahead about 5 miles. Come on now.
Oh, all right. But I think we ought to stop and maybe build a fire.
Let's keep going. Them wolf hounds are behind us. Those critters get kind of hungry this time of year. I'm getting tired. We walked miles.
Yeah, but we made the Pelly River. It ain't far from here to Selkirk. It's easier traveling on this ice.
Listen to those devils. They sound closer.
Maybe we'd better stop and make a fire.
Yeah, I'll scout around and see if I can find some wood.
Dave Ferguson and Tom Holt were on their way to Selkirk with their big load of furs. A thin new moon cast a faint glow on the river trails. The sleigh bells jingled merrily as the sled rode smoothly over the ice.
Glad it stopped snowing, Dave. This trail is pretty smooth.
I don't like traveling after dark like this. Hope we reach Selkirk soon.
It's the one thing I don't like about this country. This early winter darkness. Oh, it sure makes up for it in summer, though, with the sun shining all day.
I'm glad you got those bells in your dog team. Makes things a little more cheerful somehow.
Got them at the trading post last month. Some people don't like them, but I do. They let everybody know you're coming. Yes, sir, I sure like these bells.
Around the bend in the river, Steve suddenly grabbed Slim's arm and pulled him to the side of the trail.
Slim, that sounds like a dog team. Listen.
Yeah, it is a dog team. They're coming around the bend behind us. You think it's the Mountie?
Nah, he couldn't be coming from that side. Come on, get over here to the side of the river.
What are you going to do, hide?
Well, we need a dog team and supplies, don't we?
Yeah, but...
Well, we're getting them. Now get your gun ready.
I got it.
Here they come. It's lucky we got a little moonlight. It's just enough.
There's 2 of them, Steve.
I'll get the one on the other side. Come on, Slim.
Good shot.
Stick him up, you. You saw what your partner got.
Why, you dirty... Oh, keep him quiet for a while.
Yeah, good work, Slim. Now stop that dog team.
Whoa, you Hutchies, whoa.
Hey, what's on that sled? Can you see?
It's a big load of furs and supplies.
Fine. Now see if the man you shot has a gun on him or any money. I'll search this one. And if he's packing a gun, take it.
This one has a gun. I got it.
Is he dead?
No, but he's knocked out. You shot him in the shoulder.
Now, come on. We'll take the dog team and get out of here.
We just going to leave him here like this?
Yeah. Yeah, this one is unconscious, too. Yeah, with no guns and that one bleeding all over the place. They won't get far. Yeah. Hear that?
Yeah. It's creepy.
Yeah, they're getting close. Let's get out of here. Hurry up, Slim. Get that sled going right away.
Slim.
Slim and Steve had left when Dave regained consciousness. A sharp pain stabbed through his head as he raised up, but he dragged himself painfully to Tom Holt's side.
Tom, are you still alive? Dave, it's you. They shot you. I can't move. My shoulder. Dave, did you hear that? It was a wolf. Yes, I heard him. And those skunks took our guns. I got nothing but a knife. I'm bleeding from this wound. If those wolves get the scent of it... Dave, what do we do? I'll cut some branches with this knife and start a fire. That'll keep them off for a while. You lie still. I'll build a fire beside you.
Dave stumbled through the trees that lined the riverbank, breaking off dead branches. The howl of a wolf close by sent him running back to town. With shaking hands, he lighted the handful of twigs. As the tiny flame leaped up, he fed it with larger branches from the pitifully small supply beside him. It was then he saw a pair of fiery eyes shining from a nearby thicket. Desperately, he piled more branches on the fire.
Dave, you see it? Over there in the bushes. It's a wolf. Well, don't worry, Tom. It won't come near us while we got a fire. Look, Dave. On this other side, there's another one. Oh, if I only had more wood. You can't leave to get any more. Those branches won't last more than a few minutes. I've got my knife. I'll do what I can. This fire will be dying down. Over there. There's a third one, Dave. A big gray one. Look, he's coming over this way. I got my knife ready. When he jumps aside... Tom, what's the matter? Tom, I can see him. He has a big scar on his muzzle. It's Slash. Slash, here, boy. Don't you know me? Are you sure? Look, he's coming to you. Slash, old fella. You know me, Slash. Look out, Dave. That other wolf is moving in. Slash jumped him. He's fighting for me, Tom. You can't fight both of them. They're tearing him to pieces. There's another one coming through the trees. No, that's a dog. He's helping Slash.
It's King.
That dog, it looks like... Someone's coming. You hear those shots? Help! Help!
I'm coming.
That's Sergeant Preston. That dog is King. King and Slash saved us, Tom. That's King coming from the shadows with Slash. Where's Slash? 3 wolves are lying there in the snow. One of them is Slash. I'm going to see.
Hello! Are you all right?
Preston, we're so glad to see you.
Oh, you Huskies. Oh!
Hey, it's you. I saw you fire and heard those wolves. I sent King ahead.
He got here in time to help, just in time. Preston, help Tom. I'll find Slash. One of these is Slash. He saved us. He fought those wolves, and King helped him. Here he is. Oh, he's still breathing. He's badly torn. He's bleeding. There.
All right.
There, old boy. Now you're
Glad you got here, Sergeant.
Put him down here, Dave.
Is Tom hurt bad, Sergeant?
I got a bullet in my shoulder. I bled some, but it isn't too bad.
I'll get you on my sled right away, Tom. There's a trapper's cabin about a mile from here, and I can take you there. Well, King, old boy, you didn't get hurt much, did you?
He got here just in time to take care of one of those wolves. Slash was fighting both of them.
How is Slash, Dave?
He's alive.
Good.
Preston, can we take Slash to the cabin, too? Along with Tom on the sled?
I'll say we're going to take him. Oh, to think I wanted to put a bullet in him once.
Of course we'll take him, Dave. Now tell me what happened to you while we get started.
Wow, that was
Many
heavy.
hours before the late morning sun had risen, Sergeant Preston was again on the trail of the fur thieves. The snow had stopped, and the trail was clearly written on the smooth ice of the river. The Mountie pressed his team hard. A day, a night, another day passed. Darkness had fallen when Sergeant Preston saw a campfire ahead.
King, you're coming with me. Now stay beside me, fella.
Approaching the campfire from downwind in order not to alarm the men's dog team, the Mountie walked quietly toward it, screened by the spruce trees. Steve and Slim were preparing their sleeping rolls when suddenly Sergeant Preston's voice rang out in the stillness.
Stay right where you are and keep your hands off your guns.
Who are you? Mountie.
I'll have to examine those furs on your sled.
There are furs. We're trappers.
I've been on your trail for some time. You didn't stop to trade those furs in Selkirk. You went around the town. I followed you.
It wasn't our trail you followed.
Then you won't mind if I have a look at those furs.
No, you don't, Mountie. They'll take them all. They'll shoot this girl.
Stand right where you are, Slim. You're covered. Give me your gun.
We're going to shoot.
Thanks.
Take this dog away.
After I get the gun you pulled on me. There. All right, King. Let him up, boy. I told you not to reach for your gun. My dog's trained to watch for that.
There you go.
Get up. I arrest you both in the name of the Queen.
A few weeks had passed, and a full moon brightened the clearing around Dave Ferguson's cabin. Dave smiled as he opened the door and saw the tall form of Sergeant Preston with King beside him.
Preston, I've been wondering about you. Come in.
I came as soon as I could, Dave. I knew you'd want to hear what happened. But first, how's... Oh, well, I don't have to ask. There he is in front of the fire. How are you, Slash, old fella?
He's fit as a fiddle. Take your park off, Sergeant, and sit down.
Thanks.
Hello there, King.
Oh, he and Slash won't fight. Lie down here, King.
Sit down and I'll make some hot tea. Tell me, get them yellow rats that robbed us?
Yes, I got them, Dave. They're both in jail now, and I brought most of your furs back, too.
Good for you, Preston.
Tom better?
Yep. He stayed with me until 2 days ago, and he's all well again.
Good.
Where did you catch those thieves?
Well, they got a good start that night when I had to take you and Tom to Bill's cabin. But we got on their trail again a few days later. I got them on the other side of Selkirk, going south.
Yeah, it sure was lucky that you trailed them through the woods that night from Cross's Landing.
King picked up their tracks from the side door of the trading post. I'd never been able to follow them without him.
And King's the one who saved a wolf cub from a piece of ice floating down the river. If he hadn't done that... Hear that, Preston? It sure sends chills up my spine.
King doesn't like it either. But it doesn't seem to bother Slash. He didn't even raise his head.
He don't seem to want to leave me anymore. I guess he's made up his mind to stay.
I'm glad, Dave. Well, King, looks as if this case is closed.
The Challenge of the Yukon, a copyrighted feature, is brought to you each week at this same time, and all characters, names, and incidents used are fictitious. Listen again next week to another exciting adventure during the days of the gold rush. Don Hendrick speaking. This program came to you from Detroit.
And there you go. And that was Challenge of the Yukon. And I got a little emotional during that. When he let the dog go. When the dog came back and fought for him and then got injured. Yeah, I got a little emotional. Just a wee bit. I love that show. That's one of those fantastic adventure shows. When I'm watching that, I can see the snow and I can feel the cold. I was with those guys when they were building a fire, and I was scared of the wolves. I was. When you let yourself go and turn yourself over to the story, it's better than television. It is, because you create the pictures in your head. With my eyes open sitting here, I had the images of the story just dancing through my head, and it was great. I remember the images more than the story that was happening. Yeah, good old Slash. He decided to stick around. He went out there. He was let free. If you want to keep something, let it free, and that's what happened. And because he was able to decide his own fate, he decided to come back and stay. He owes it to that old guy to stay and protect him, and that's a bond between someone and their dog, and that's great. That's great storytelling right there. So good morning. It's 6:30. We just listened to Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, and I'm still a little misty-eyed over that. In about 15 minutes, I'm going to make sure my wife is awake, because at sometime later on this morning, she's going to be taken off. Or rather, I'm going to be taking her off to go to a friend's. But until then, we got a half an hour. We've been through everything this morning. The album of the day is Firefall Breaking Dawn. Enough said. Let me see if I can find Breaking Dawn here on the tuber and share it with you. Hey, man's best friend. Totally. Good morning, WW. Yeah. Sergeant Preston of the Yukon and his dog, Yukon King, his husky Malamute. The story of the wolf cub was really fun. At some point, I'll boot it up onto my channel here so y'all can check it out for yourselves. But it was a great show, great story. Cheers, good morning. I'm just about ready to take a sip of coffee and pack a little hit. I am going to see if I can find Breaking Dawn, 1982, full album. I'm getting Breaking Dawn. There it is. Now, except I'm getting my daughter's movies here. What do you call it? That Twilight series stuff. Type in Firefall and see where we go. Hey, there it is. Complete studio albums. Let me see the full playlist here. No, I gotta go back because I don't want to listen to this. Don't. Go back, 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 go back. Okay. Studio albums, turn that off. It's just got all of them in a row. So that's great. I'm just going to share this whole freaking playlist. It's got every album from Firefall from the 70s to the 80s there. So that's great. It's great. It's great. It's totally great, man. No, not an... I pre-picked all of this stuff and had to plan it all ahead of time. But look in the video time machine this week. You're going to see stuff from Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy Osbourne, John Michael Osbourne, also known as Ozzy, and Eileen Fulton, who was on As the World Turns for like 50 years, right? So I'm collecting stuff to put in the video time machine and didn't really take time to think about switching the album for the day. Although, thank you, that should have been my first dealie there, right? I totally spaced it out. Yeah, I heard about that yesterday. I came in, I laid down for a little while and came out and had some lunch and watched TV with my wife and stuff, and then sat down over here and went, oh man, there it was right there on my computer, big as life. Yeah. So here is Firefall and their stuff. So let's do Firefall albums. Their full studio collection there from 1976 to 1986, I think is what it is. Firefall collection. Good enough. Good enough. I do have actually a few Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath things here. I've got some on 45. I have a few items on LP. I don't think I have any. Oh, well, listen to Firefall. You know you've heard them if you listen to them. I don't think I have anything but one or two Ozzy Osbourne albums. And then maybe some stuff on 8-track. Yeah. I was just talking about right now Firefall is still active since 1970 something. They're still active. They just put out part 2 of a Friends and Family album that has songs from a lot of groups that they, resemble, I guess, but they're friends. So at this point, you can find them on tour in various places. They're coming to Dana Point. They go out to the Roadhouse out there in San Juan Capistrano here in California. So they come out here regularly. They're a Colorado-based band, but they're the groups that they tour with are like Ambrosia, Pure Prairie League, Starland Vocal Band. So it's kind of like pop country stuff. But yeah, they are kind of an Eagles type band. Poco, yeah, okay. Totally. So check them out. There's several albums there to listen to in that playlist. So be sure to copy that playlist over. And I am going to go here and I'm going to share this playlist. Save the playlist. And so it's saved. So at some point, this playlist should be on my channel somewhere as saved. I'd like to put it in its own little thing and stick it in the morning shares, because that's what it is, just another morning share. Yeah, so like I've been talking about all morning, I've got to wake my wife up at 1:45 now and get her ready to take over to the other end of town. And then I got to get the battery charger on my van and see if that's going to work. Yeah, things have come kind of weird lately. It's been too hot to go out and do anything. So in the evenings, I just every other evening or so, I try to get out and take my daughter for a ride. And I got to go out to the store and get fresh milk and a couple of items to eat. So that's okay. Last night it was like we ran out of kibble, and it's like nobody wants to go to the store. And it's like, all right. So Mom figured it out early enough that by the time they ran out of kibble, she had already made them food. She made a big pot of chicken and rice and quinoa and carrots and peas and stuff. And it was like, wow, can I have some? And it was really good, smelled really good. They were like, yeah. So they're going to eat that. We're going to get some kibble, and then we'll do like a little bit of kibble in the morning, and then they can have their little dinner at night. And we're trying to defatten them because they're getting kind of chubby. I love grabbing them and squeezing them and holding them because they're just so fat and squishy and cuddly. But we got to make sure that they don't just get too much, right? My instant breakfast, right? Exactly. Instantaneous. Instantacular. Totally. So it is kind of light this morning, and we're tick-tacking down to the hour. Tonight, the movie is And Everything Nice at 4 o'clock. The 4 o'clock movie, And Everything Nice, is a little educational film on, I guess back then, what it's expected to be a woman, to be a girl, right? Sugar and spice and everything nice. So that'll be there. Tomorrow we're gonna look at my Sears typewriter, one that I got from a thrift shop down in Palm Springs. And I brought it home. I got it for a few bucks, brought it home, and it's just been sitting here. So we're gonna pop that open and check it out. Am I going to Wally World? At some point, yes. I try not to go there more than once a month. Once a month we go there. They have their money services, so we can go there and pay bills. Gas, electricity, water, whatever. I don't know. My wife handles that. While we're there, we pick up things that we need. Like I get protein shakes. I'll get a couple of cases of protein shakes. We'll get extra water, dog food, bulk items that we can get there, and then the rest of the month we shop at Stater Brothers, our local Southern California supermarket. I try not to go there. Oh, what's on my shirt for the day? This is See the Good in All Things, and it's mushrooms and some butterflies. It reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, and Alice in Blunderland, I think, is the episode or Betty in Blunderland is the episode of Betty Boop this week, I believe. I remember that was one that I looked at and I was like, I like that one. I'm going to do the one that I remember from back in like 1979. My father was attending the University of California, San Diego, and he would bring home media equipment, video cameras and players and recorders and stuff, but he'd also bring home like a 16 millimeter camera or a projector, and he would bring home films for us to watch. One of the things that he brought was a Betty Boop Blunder, Betty in Blunderland, and also the one with Minnie the Moocher. Yeah, old Alice in Wonderland. If you get a chance, look at my music videos. If you just type in White Rabbit on my search bar, there's like the YouTube search bar, and then on my channel there's a little search bar. Type in White Rabbit and watch that. And I used some old Alice in Wonderland stuff to create a music video for my friends, the Tommy Tom Show. And they do a great version of Alice, the White Rabbit. Oh, it's just awesome. It's awesome. And I didn't get to hear them play it the last time that they were out here, because after 2 hours we just had to go home. It was getting late, and I didn't get to hear the end of the show. I didn't see the beginning of the show, and I didn't hear the end. So at some point I hope I get to hear them do that song again, because they just do such a great... The Tommy, Tom's daughter, she plays a small guitar. It's a short guitar. It's called Recanto, and I believe that's what it is. And it's just a little bit shorter than a regular guitar, right? And it's just got this great sound. It's acoustic, and she plays it through these effects, and it's just awesome. It's just awesome. It's time for a hit. Let's do a hit, man. Yeah, we are here to pump up your lungs and make you smoke marijuana. Marijuana. I've decided to only do the bong once in a while, even though it's a little less non-healthy, filtering it through the water. I go through a lot of pot smoking the bong, so I'm going to try to regulate how much I'm smoking a little bit more, not just to stretch out the weed a little bit more, but to not smoke so much, right? There's my alarm. I have got to go make sure my wife is waking up, and I will be right back. I'm going to kill the microphone. I'll be back in a flash. I'm back, baby. Alright, I turned on my AC, so we've got a little bit of masking, little audio sound masking there, to afford my wife some privacy for this morning. And I'm only going to be here for another 15 minutes. I've got to get out, put the battery charger on my van, get ready to drive my wife to the other end of town, eat some breakfast, and then quite possibly just take a nap for a couple of hours until I go back and get her. And that way I've got some energy to do some stuff when she's here. Because last night, of course, I slept like shit. But that's cool. It's okay. This morning we got caught up on the TV guides. So we've got 2 TV guides from July 26th to August 1st. One is 1980 and one is 1975. Interesting contrast, just over 5 years. Totally. So we're going to look at more of that tomorrow, and then you can always ask me any questions, advice, or, of course, advice from, 40 years ago. I can't give you any advice on what's going on today, but I can give you advice on something 40 years ago. That's easy. I can do that. When I was a kid, yeah. But, if you've got any questions about anything from the past, or you would like me to research something for you, find some kind of old media element or something. I did last night find a digital copy of Blade Runner 2049. Unfortunately, it was really pixelated. It was, is it time? It was just a bad copy, so I said, I gotta find a better copy of that. So I'm gonna be looking for it streaming somewhere. So there you go. Yeah, Rip Van Winkle. Yeah. Rip. The Ripper. Yeah, they call me the Rip, because I farted a lot. He ripped one off, man. Jeez. Yeah. Hear me now, think about me later. See? My brain just pops on these tangents, right? All day, all night. Last night, this morning, I'm trying to sleep, and my brain just goes ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh, just cut it out. Just cut it out. I get up in the middle of the night, early in the morning, thinking about the show, right? Thinking about life, thinking about stupid crap, thinking about throwing up, all kinds of weird shit. Yeah, a lot of fun. Netflix or Amazon. Yeah, so I'm gonna look for it. It's in my stuff. Usually I like to find it, a digital copy, and then stash it away, and then I've got it. So now I'll look for it somewhere streaming so that I can just bring it up. And we stream. I think we've got Amazon, Netflix, Roku, Paramount Plus. I think my daughter does Disney, and a few other little things that we stream from. And then, of course, the cable box, the cable stuff that comes in. So there's a lot of stuff to go through. Sometimes I turn on the TV and I just turn it right back off, because I know it's going to be an hour of searching through crap before I finally decide on what to watch. And so I just don't even want to go there, It's like I have to be like sitting with my wife or in the mindset of watching something particular. Yeah, I try not to buy any more new media. The old television shows that you can't find streaming, I love to have those. But it seems like as soon as I find them on DVD, because I can't find them anywhere else, they pop up streaming somewhere. Par for the course. So I just try to find it somewhere out there. If I find it on VHS, Betamax, I'm getting it. DVD, it's got to be something unattainable. Only you can find it only on DVD. Because I've got hundreds, perhaps thousands now, because I have my father's collection of DVDs. So I've probably got more DVDs than I need. I've got hundreds of VHS and Betamax, so I don't have enough of those, and you can never have too many of those, because a lot of the time it's like you feel like you found lost treasure when you find one of those. Yeah, always have a good hard copy. I keep a lot of films on external hard drive so that I can take it and plug it into my TV and then just search through a bunch of movies. That's what goes with me like camping. Take one of my smaller TVs and with a USB port on the back, and I'll just plug a hard drive in, go to the media player, access the movies, and just watch anything I want. You know, I got a catalog now of over 100 movies on my little tiny hard drive. You can put a couple on a thumb drive, depending on how big the thumb drive is, and just jack that into your TV. It's pretty cool. I like that feature, that you can just plug in something just loaded with all kinds. Here's a library of movies, you know. Here's a terabyte of movies here, which is what I think that hard drive is. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like it. What do we got going on here? We're going to wrap it up here pretty quick, because I got to go out and, like I said, put that battery charger on my van and get that ready to roll. I have no idea what my schedule is like tomorrow after the show. If at all possible, I will stay on late again tomorrow and then again on Friday. It's par for the course that at one point during the week I'm going to have to cut the show off at the normal time, just because life says, hey, you got to do shit, idiot. So there you go. So let's think about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We're going to read some more TV guides from 1975 and 1980. We'll have another album of the day. We're going to be talking about, tomorrow we're going to be talking about my typewriter, one of my typewriters. And then Friday we're going to go into Egypt, and we're going to talk about, I'll be here tomorrow. We're going to talk about Egypt and King Tut tomorrow. Ooh, kitchen is open, time to eat. On Friday. Friday we're going to talk about King Tut and ancient Egypt and all of that stuff. That'll be a blast. That'll be a hoot. But yes, I will be here in the morning. The morning that I go camping in August, I'm actually going to be here that morning. Yeah, baby. And then I might do something live on that reunion thing there. So keep that in mind. I'll be here for the rest of the week. And the Video Time Machine Friday, it should be at least 2 hours long. And I've got a great movie, a short movie in there from Malcolm Jamal Warner, and I'm hoping it makes it through the copyright stuff. I hope I haven't jinxed it, right? Exactly, King Tut. Let me go ahead and write that down there, because I was thinking of King Tut stuff, you know, and I've got that LP, so, and I think I've got that album and the 8-track too, but I'll have to look. So there you go. There you have it. There it is, right there in front of you. Don't have to go any further. It's right there. You just pull it off the shelf, open it up, look at it, go, oh my gosh, there it is. So we're going to do that. All right, we'll do that. I got a hit ski here. I'm going to do this last hit and say, bye, Miriam. I got to get up out of the office and go do stuff. My picture of Miriam here, she's my receptionist, and she's sitting on the table here with a typewriter in the photograph. And it's just one of my favorite things from the 70s. It reminds me so much of the Star newspaper or sex rag that my father worked at in Hollywood. Seeing Miriam there sitting on the desk next to a typewriter in her underwear reminds me of every time I went to that place as a little kid and seeing naked people running around, you know. It was a different time. But it made me the pervert that I am. So there you go. Last hit. maybe I'll recite some King Tut stuff for you. All right, people, it is about time to wrap it up for the day. Tune in tonight for the educational film And Everything Nice. How women are perceived back there in the 70s. What they're expected to do, what they're expected to be, right? Right now we're watching that Australian series, the Miss Fisher Murder Mysteries, and it's a show about strong women, and I really love that show. You know, it's like watching Steffi Graf on Jessie Graf. There it is, Jessie Graf on Ninja Warrior. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. All things being equal, as long as nothing, knock on wood, nothing weird happens. I'll be here. I'll see you then. So there you have it. There it is, right there. Yeah, I gotta get rolling. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go do stuff. So you take it easy, William. Thanks for stopping by. I wish we had more time, but I guess that's better left for tomorrow. So there you go. What can I say? I gotta go do stuff. All right. So as usual, you guys know what to do. Everybody knows what to do out there by now, right? Be kind to each other. Spread peace and love, and not bullshit, right? Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because it makes you feel good, makes somebody else feel good, and makes the world a better place, right? So do that. Just do it. Just do it. Just help somebody. Just, and most especially stay weird. Be weird. Go out there and do something nice for somebody. And when they try to pay you, right? Because that's what expected out in the world. Just say, oh, it's cool. It's just me paying it forward, being human. All right, people. After a while, crocodile, you take care of yourself, and I will see you on the flip-flop. After a while, crocodile, take it easy, mate. Bugger me. Yeah. It's the dog's bollocks, man. Yeah, right. All right, you guys, take it easy. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And as usual, adios.